By the time they're 18 years old, 40% of kids will be diagnosable with an anxiety disorder. And it has an impact across the board in terms of social relationships, academic functioning, and future health and well-being. There are some predictable ways to help young people learn to regulate their anxiety. Perhaps the best known and with the most evidence is cognitive behavioral therapy.
What was really frustrating is it's not effective for approximately half of those people to really help them feel better.
So we tried to figure out why is it that CBT can only have so much of an impact on people. And our answer is the delivery model is boring. Nobody wants to sit around in a classroom hearing those lessons, and nobody practices them. And so we went to video games as the solution. The integration of digital world and physical world is so enmeshed now that we've started to think of this as hybrid reality.
Many young people are so intrigued and engaged by video games. It's basically their virtual playground where they feel happy and they feel connected and they feel understood by other people in that same playground.
These video games were taking in the intrinsic joy of play.
This is awesome.
Play, which has been evolutionarily essential for our development, but in a context that is fun, that delights young people. The most important maybe is it's in a context that's most relevant to children and teenagers.
See how I bring out your MindLight?
And now I start, I make sure I'm super connected. Our first game is called MindLight, and it's a game that is designed to teach kids how to regulate their anxiety. What I'm wearing right now is a one-channel EEG. This sensor is reading my brain waves from the frontal scalp. That readout of your brain waves is the direct input to the game. So the more calm you are, the more light grows in this game. The more anxious you are, the darker it gets. As you can see, it gets dark when I get very distracted and I start thinking about too many things. So right now I'm gonna try to breathe deeply and calm myself down. There we go. The story in the video game is that it's a haunted house and your only defense is your MindLight.
They can really move through the game by using their own minds. And by breathing slowly and really focusing on being calm, you're also able to calm down your own brainwave.
The game really helps you realize the patterns you exhibit when you're stressed out, so you can learn to manage all of that.
I mean, this has been since 8 years ago I've been playing this game, right? And I've significantly noticed that I will think to myself, deep breaths, and it helps. As I've grown up more, I've been keeping the strategy of deep breaths whenever you're stressed, and it helps a lot.
I think one of the important things that kids do learn is that they themselves have the power to control how they feel about the world around them. In the game, they literally change their thoughts and their breathing patterns, and something physical in the world changes.
What if you could get a game that would help young minds unwind? A Queen's University researcher is running a 2-year trial to see if the video game MindLight can help young people cope with and eventually conquer their anxiety.
We did multiple studies regarding MindLight with the gold standard that we know, which is a randomized controlled trial.
We randomly assign kids who they themselves have reported to be anxious to cognitive behavioral therapy delivered by a therapist that is gold standard versus playing MindLight for 6 to 8 weeks, 1 hour per week.
And what we saw, and we replicated this 4 times, is that the MindLight group did as well as the kids who got talk therapy. That's a really amazing result to do that with just a piece of technology.
I think a lot of the academics and scientists miss in designing their applications and interventions in tech is the fact that they don't consider the end users, I think, as deeply as they should.
But it's really talking to this child and really understanding what is going wrong for them when they feel this anxious feeling. But also, throughout the whole design process, we don't only check for whether this has an effect on their mood or on their anxiety, but also very much what it does on their engagement level. So do they still find this fun? And will they come back to it or not? Because if they don't come back, we lose them.
It's very iterative. Like that's our favorite word, iterations. And then the benefit of how we do it at GEMH Lab is I'm not doing it siloed off in my own design corner. I'm working with other researchers who are bringing in a perspective from the science.
And that includes psychology, communication science, but also neuroscientists, for example.
How do you guys make this?
I can point to data showing that there is a slew of cognitive, emotional, motivational, and social benefits associated with playing video games of different sorts. In contrast to TV and movies, video games are interactive. The player has an impact on the video game world that makes them feel like they have some agency and they have some choice, and they can see that as they improve their decision making, their thinking styles, the speed of cognition where they're problem solving in vastly complex contexts. We know that anywhere between 80 to 90% of video game play right now is social. So this stereotype of the gamer downstairs in the basement playing by himself is just not representative of anybody playing video games anymore.
So I don't think that young people or young children need to spend all their time on a screen. However, I think these screens are here and they're here to stay.
Not every piece of screen time is the same. What we're most concerned about is thinking about with whom are you online with, what are you doing, and what developmental function is it serving? Because young people are growing up with the exact same developmental needs that they have for centuries. They still need autonomy, they still need a sense of belonging, they still need a feeling of agency in their worlds. And where they get that from is right now being served both by the physical and the digital worlds in really interesting ways. And so learning about what your children are doing in their screen experiences is absolutely essential. We have a set of mindset practices, methodologies, interactive tools that we have been using for the last 10 years. We have tools to measure flourishing, and we want to give those tools out in a way that industry can use them to enhance their own outcomes. These tools will be available in the next couple of years free for anybody working in academia that wants to understand what real design and art does for digital experiences so that they can enhance engagement. And on the other hand, industry people, to give them the tools to put in pretty easy scientific methods and standardized testing to be able to say with some kind of veracity that what they're doing is actually working. What excites me the most about the future of gaming and mental health is that increasingly we'll be able to not have to start the first half-hour conversation with anyone with "this isn't harmful, there could be some benefits," and jump directly into how to amplify the positive aspects of games. I think we're very much at the beginning of this revolution. It feels now like we are part of creating a new generation of the internet, basically, and how we function in this hybrid digital physical world.
What excites me the most is that we hopefully in the next decade or so are getting closer to the world young people live in. It's going to be so exciting to understand what this whole hybrid reality means for them, and then also hopefully developing new types of tools to help young people themselves become aware of who they are as a person or who they want to become in the future.
It's those kinds of designs that bring in the physical and the digital world together that I think we've just started to scratch the surface of. And especially to look towards whether we've actually had a positive effect on some element of human flourishing.